Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So this is on the David Brown tractor again, the 880. So what we're doing now is getting it prepared. So hopefully this chap that does sandblasting has some time to fit it in, so we can sandblast the engine, the frame. Well, the engine is the frame and the transmission. All the body work, which we're now trying to sort out and bang out and what have you. And we'll probably end up doing some lead loading, whatever, on it. Now, I'm sure there's people out there who'll say, why would you bother? It's a tractor. Does it need to be? No, it doesn't. But I've always been the opinion, and maybe I'm old school, baby boomer, but I always think if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And doing it right the first time. Unfortunately, that seems to be a thing of the past, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm definitely not joining in with the, oh fuck it, that'll do. I don't work like that, and I will never work like that. So that's the way it is. Yeah, it doesn't need as much care as obviously as a classic car would, but it's going to be done right, or we don't do it at all. I've always worked that way, and I will continue to work that way. And as I said, there's other people who might think it's over the top. That's fine. That's up to them. As I said, I think the problem nowadays is people do stuff completely half-assed and dangerous. But it is what it is. So, hope you enjoy the video. It might come to a sudden halt if we can't get a gap for this sandblasting, and we might have to shelve it for a few weeks if we can't get it in on time. But as I said, hopefully it'll all come and fit nicely together. So, as I said, I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so we've got the plates made up, as you can see there. So what we need now is spacer plates, and we're going to get 2 3mm plates to put as backing plates in here. And unfortunately I don't have taps and dies big enough for those 2 bolts. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that in line with this in the center, and then we're going to weld it. We'll tack weld it in place here, here and down the side on each side, then take it off and give it a good fillet weld all the way around, even inside the 2 holes there. And that should be strong enough. I would have preferred to bolt it first, but you can see that one's in line there now. So we'll get a nice crisp weld in there and make sure it's exactly centre to centre, and that should work. If you look where they're positioned, they're about right. This is too far out to that side at the moment, because this gap here is just over 6mm. So if we put 3 in each side, that should, hopefully that should do it, and it's not too tight to get it up and down. As I say, once we've tacked it, we'll take it off, give it a really good weld on the ground here, and then take it away for sandblasting, and we'll get everything done at the same time. Get this arm, the loader itself, one of the buckets, and the arms. I'll get it all done. In fact, we'll cut the arms first and then get them sandblasted later. So that's hopefully that's going to work and do the trick. We just need to make sure it's lined up to that, and go from there. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so you can see we've welded in there, welded the top, and then where the 2 bolt holes would have been. And so down here should be more than enough to hold it. So we've welded 2 plates to it, and then we've got 2 shim plates on either side. So I've got 4 of these. We'll make them into shims where they slide in between, and then we can bolt it up. So I'm just going to turn it over and clean this up, put some protective thing on it, although we're going to sandblast the whole thing anyway, because it needs sandblasting, you can see. I'll send it away to sandblasting, prime it and then paint it red, and also take that, all the other bits and pieces, the hood, the wings, wheels, tyres, and go from there. So this is that rod I was on about. What I need to do now is clean out this. It's not particularly good, but it will go. You can see that one's pretty rough inside, so I need to do these, all 4 of them, clean them out with a conical wide brush, and then get some grease on it, and that'll do the jobby. Perfect. Good. We're getting moving forward. Okay, so Mia's made up these shims, so there'll be 2 down the way and 2 up the way like that. And these two will be turned inverted up the way, obviously, and the same on the other side. So the shims are all made up. So there's 4 of them on there, and then we've got all the welding done on here. We have to take the front wheel off to get that bar through the centre there, because we need this steering arm low enough, and the tyre's just in the way. Anyway, so we'll give it another degrease, but I think the axles and stuff I'm going to have to get sandblasted. So what we'll do is, there's a lot of crap in the tank, really a lot of crap in it, so I'll take this off tomorrow, take the fuel tank off, and then carry on cleaning it and see how we go from there. But everything's starting to show up a bit now, and all the red LEDs coming through, so we are definitely getting better. I'm just trying to find out now when the we've got a guy called Addy not far from here, sort of 20 k's from here, who does sandblasting, and he sandblasted the mini shell and the Citroen as well. There, he did all the chassis on it, so I can get him to do all that. We can get it primed up and then get painted in the colours we want it, and we'll go from there. So that's it for another day. Okay, so there's the fuel tank off. So we're down to the bare minimum. It's pretty much everything off it now. So it's raining. So the fuel tank's off. All the ignition cables are off. That's about as far as we can strip it down. We've taken these 2 drop links off of the back because we don't need them. I've checked on the price for the tyres, but obviously the rims need to be taken off and sandblasted first. So we're looking at probably for new tyres all the way around, and tubes, inner tubes, plus valves, well not valves but inner tubes and tyres. We're probably looking at the best part of sort of €800, which is quite a bit, but anyway, so there we are, stripped as far as we can go with it. And so there's the fuel tank there. There's a lot of crap in the bottom. Amir's stripped the front hood down, and it's just banging out all these. This was all smashed in here, and the bottom one, so he's just getting that all knocked out. You can see it's all smacked in the side here. So we're going to try and get as much as we can out, and then we'll take it to this Addy. Hopefully he can sandblast it, and then we can see what we need to do. Put new return flanges on it here and there, and whatever we need to do. Obviously there's a piece missing there, looking at that one, but and there's the hood. The top of the hood is really good. Looks like there's not much to do there at all, apart from maybe change that, sandblast it, and a few little bits and pieces. And there's the sides there. But what we'll do, I like the idea of being able to take the hood off, so we'll do the same thing, but we'll reinforce that, so you can slide the hood off rather than take the bolts out each time. Although we could just as easily put the bolts in it, couldn't we? You know, once they're cleaned and they're in and out by hand, we could probably put a buckle on them as well, you know, sort of like a turnbuckle. So, and then we need to decide whether we put the lights on the outside or the inside or wherever. And you can get a David Brown centerpiece for that. There's the tractor seat, which is a bit of a mess. So I'll have a look round for one of them. And yeah, it looks bad, but it's in one piece, and that'll sandblast up nicely. That we just need to contact this guy and ask him when he can do them for us, and then we'll do the same with them. So yeah, that's what we're up to. It might have to all stop if this guy can't sandblast some of the stuff for us. We might have to just shut it down until such time. But there's quite a lot of items to do on it, so yeah. And we'll get these arms cut as well, because we can cut those in a central point and then bring them back, put them on top and bottom, and then work out where we need to actually cut it, the second cut, to join them up correctly, and then just put a fillet weld in both sides. That should be it, hopefully. So we do, and where it's really bad, we'll lead load it like we always do. I know normally it's normally for classic cars, but it's a classic tractor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll lead load it and make it all look nice. So there we go. As usual, stay safe, keep the faith, and we'll catch you up on the next video. Take care.